At this very hour, 1 year ago, families across southwest Michigan were climbing from the carnage, assessing the damage wrought by tornadoes that tore through 4 counties. Target 8 investigators' student samples returned to ground zero, the hard-hit town of Portage, to assess where the recovery stands 365 days later.
You decide, but it's up to you. Did you get a coffee table?
It's been a rough road for the Latte family, but on this day, a quick detour.
The mattresses are upstairs.
Jesus and Kate have scaled much steeper, 2 toddlers in tow.
God help us all.
The trek began on that May day 1 year ago. The family, at least, was safe, having huddled in the basement of their Quail Street home.
And when I came upstairs and saw all the damage and rain just pouring in the middle of the house, I was shocked.
Shocked and scared.
Because the ceiling was falling in, I was afraid for our safety, especially with the babies.
In her daughter's bedroom, directly above where she lay her head, a tornado-tossed tree had pierced the ceiling and any sense of security. Angelina was 1.5 years at the time, Giovanni 2 months old.
Oh my God, help me. I was in complete shock. We basically, after we saw all the damage, climbed out of the front door, through the glass, through the down power lines. Look at the ground. Oh my God.
I know, you gotta get picked up.
Very rapid down motion. Debris in the air. There's debris in the air. There's a tornado there.
On the tempest's tail that day, meteorologist Blake Naftel.
And saw the debris coming up behind Crossroads Mall. That's when I knew, holy hey, there's a vortex there. Oh my, there's a 1/4 mile wide tornado right there.
Over 22 minutes and 11 miles, 135-mile-an-hour winds damaged nearly 600 structures in Kalamazoo County, destroyed 60 of them, and injured at least 16 people. No one was killed. The Portage city manager estimated damage at around $30 million. 1 year later, the city says it has issued construction permits for approximately $16 million worth of work, meaning about half of the reconstruction is done or in progress.
I think we're probably further ahead than what I would have thought.
But city manager Pat McGinnis said a few businesses still haven't come back, and a few dozen homes remain unlivable. That includes the Latte's home on Quail Street.
And then this roof caved in completely, and there was a huge tree right there that landed on the house. And there's actually a hole through the side of the garage where a tree is still there. You can still see the tree right there. Actually, there it is. Yeah, still there.
For the last year, Kate and her husband Jesus have been wrangling with their insurance company, living out of boxes, moving 5 times to hotels and Airbnbs.
I've had my days. I've had a lot of support from family. Without their support, I would probably be homeless right now.
The Latte family and a whole lot of other folks had hoped that FEMA would come in with federal dollars, but the agency denied Governor Whitmer's request for a disaster declaration and, just this past January, rejected the state's appeal of that decision.
We probably expected it at that point because there had been several more massive disasters across the country that were draining those FEMA resources.
The state, however, came through with $3 million in aid, which is going to the hardest-hit communities, individuals, and businesses through nonprofits like the Kalamazoo Community Foundation, the United Way, and After the Storm.
They have a pole barn, if you can believe it, out back, too, that has stuff in it.
It was After the Storm that arranged this excursion and bought a mattress for the Lattes.
The most important thing we do is the case management piece of it, which is identifying what are their needs versus their wants and identifying resources and referrals.
After the Storm helped those with the most immediate needs first, like the uninsured, but the requests for help kept coming.
We started getting calls from people who had insurance. They were going to be shorter. There were things that their insurance company was not going to cover that they needed.
Oh my God.
Our survivors are really great people, and they were before this disaster. And it's just so nice to see really good humans after a disaster. That's just something really special.
Well, I would say we're still here.
It is the cliched silver lining, a town torn apart.
Now, finally, things are starting to get moving.
emerging from the rubble stronger than ever together. In Portage, I'm Target 8 investigator Susan Samples.